Hey guys, I saw this trend on TikTok and I wanted to do it, but for my generation. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. The one that I saw was probably somebody that grew up in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure, but their list is a little bit different than mine. Things that whenever I was growing up that I thought meant someone was rich if they had these items. My parents provided everything we needed and a lot of stuff that we wanted. We had designer things, but I always knew there was somebody that had all this extra stuff, and I felt like they were just so rich. But number one, if you had vanilla ice cream that had the little black specks in it, I thought that was like a fancy type of vanilla ice cream. You were rich. I went to a friend's house one time. They had a box of every flavor of Jell-O pudding pops. If you've never had a Jell-O pudding pop, I'm sorry, you missed out. They were fantastic. But they had a box of every flavor, not a combination box that had the flavors mixed in. This was a separate box with each flavor. So when they said, "Do you want a pudding pop?" I'm like, "Yeah, what kind you got?" Any kind. Which one would you like? I'm like, "Are you serious?" They had like 5 boxes of pudding pops. I couldn't believe it. If you had colored toilet paper or printed toilet paper, only rich people had that. If you had the canvas Nikes with the light blue swish, whatever, you were rich. I had the red swish because they were cheaper. If you had a members only jacket that was actually members only and not a knockoff, you were rich. If I invited a friend for a sleepover, she came over and she had Seabreeze or Noxzema astringent. That was fancy. I used alcohol and a cotton ball. If you brought your lunch to school. The only time we ever brought our lunch to school was on field trip day, where you would have your little sack lunch with your potted meat sandwich and your soda wrapped in tin foil that had been frozen the night before in a bag of chips in a Ziploc bag. Once a year for your field trip. That was me. If you had a home telephone, because we did not get a home telephone until I was in the 6th grade, and when it would ring, my sister and I practically killed each other trying to get to that phone to answer it. We just were so floored to have our own phone in the house. So if you had a home phone, you were rich. Let me know if you want more of these.